Good day once again. My name is Graphics. Today we'll be looking at the analysis of the roots of quadratic equation. Now, quadratic equations are always in the form of what? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to what? 0. Now, when you solve this using your computing the square method, you have that your x is equals to what? Minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over what? 2a. Right? Now, we know that whenever we solve a question under quadratic equation, we are always having two answers, which are two solutions, right? These two solutions are called the roots of the quadratic equation. Now, let the root of the quadratic equation be what? Alpha and beta. So you say, let alpha be equals to what? Minus b plus, you take one of it, this is plus or minus, so plus square root of what? B squared minus 4ac over what? 2a, and beta be equals to what? Minus b, you take the other one, minus square root of what? B squared minus 4ac all over what? 2a. Is that taken? Now, this look, you represent this function inside here, represent this with what? D. Now you say let D be equals to what? B squared minus 4ac. So if I am to rewrite, the D is called the discriminant, right? So the D we are using here is called what? The discriminant. Now by rewriting this again, we'll have alpha be equals to minus b plus root d over 2a, because our d now is now b squared minus 4ac, and beta is equals to what? Minus b minus square root of what? D all over what? 2a. After doing that, we are going to look at two situations, the sum of both of them. So the sum of the root, in case 1, when you sum the root, sum of the root, right? That is alpha plus beta, right? When you sum the root, so if you are adding alpha plus beta, this will give us, now this is representing alpha, so I'll write minus b plus root d all over 2a, right? Plus beta, what is beta? We have minus b, right? Minus b minus what? Root d all over what? 2a. Now in this, you are going to look for the LCM. The LCM of this is what? 2a. So 2a into a will give you 1. 1 times everything here will give you minus b plus root d. Is that taken? Now the same thing will happen again. You come here, 2a into a to give you 1. 1 times this will give you plus into bracket minus b minus what? Root d. Start taking. Now from here, if you open the bracket, we have minus b plus root d minus b minus root d, everything all over what? 2a, right? So So this will give me a negative d root d will equate a positive root d. So we're left with minus b, which will give us what? Minus b over what? 2a, and that will give us minus 2b all over what? 2a. Now 2 will equate 2, so therefore my alpha plus beta will give us what? Minus b all over a. So this is a very important relationship. Is that okay? Now we'll move to the next category, which is what? Product of the roots, where you multiply the roots together. Product of the roots. So in this case, for product of roots, so we should be having alpha and what? Beta. So product of roots is what? Alpha and beta, when alpha is multiplying beta. So this will give us, what is my alpha? Alpha is what? Minus b plus root d over 2a, right? And is multiplying beta. So I'll put it this way, multiply by what? Beta is minus b minus root d all over what? 2a. So if you multiply both of them, the LCM here will be 2a times 2a. That will give me 4a squared. So 2a, now minus b times minus b will give you, this is minus times minus is plus, b times b will give me b squared. Minus times minus is plus, b times root b will give you b root d. The next one we have root d times minus root b will give you minus b root d. Then plus times minus will give you minus, root d times root d will give you root d all square. So from here, minus root d cancel, minus b root d will equate plus b root d, right? So square will equate the square root, so we are going to be left with b square minus what? D all over what? 4a squared, right? So but d is equals to, look at what our d is. D is equals to what? B squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac. So you input it into this function here. So this will now give me b squared minus, into bracket, b squared minus 4ac all over what? 4a squared. Now after that, we'll continue at this point here. So if I do that at this point, this will give me b squared, if you open the bracket, minus b, minus times b squared will give you minus b squared, minus times minus will give you plus 4ac all over what? 4a squared. So minus b squared equate b squared, so we'll be left with what? 4ac all over what? 4a squared. So 4 will equate 4, so one a here will equate another a here, so we're left with what? C over a. So therefore my alpha beta will give me c over a. This is another important relationship here. In our next video, we'll look at some examples on how we can apply these relationships. Thank you very much.